Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. Tis the peace dealer. The moon is in Pisces. The sun is in, of course, Capricorn. Shout out to Infinity Gang, whether you're a member on YouTube or Instagram. Stay tuned because I will be revealing these updates. We're going to do an extended magic moon message. In about 4 days, once the moon is in Aries. After I do the moon in Aries moon message, I'm gonna do the extended. All right, shout out to those of you showing love in my tip jar. I do have one in Hipsy, so if you guys hit up the one on my snip feed link, that one does take, I realize, a percentage away, so hit up that Hipsy. For those of you who actually like send donations and whatnot, regardless, it doesn't matter. If you send it, if you send a prayer, if you send any love, we got you over here. Stay tuned for my Instagram subscribers. Your personal magician, I have an exclusive broadcast channel. I'm going to be breaking down this sequence, this first boss battle sequence, this first activation and integration. All right, so for those of you who are, want some kind of more in-depth messages or just updates from yours truly, shout out to those of you who are part of that. Shout out to those of you who are part of the public one, Magic Mike messages. I'll also be putting updates there too. We'll just have the more exclusive ones on your personal magician, but everyone's gonna win regardless, whether you're a member, whether you're not. I'm just glad to be able to provide this level of coverage. All right, soon. The goal is to segue on network television. Ideally, we'll have our own channel, and yeah, I'm going the news network route. Like, Sir Oreo giving you the weather and the astro weather, the moon site report, and just kind of mixing in current events with astrological events, the way news is supposed to be taught. And unfortunately, you guys have been robbed that for the past few centuries. So, we're going to bring it back. Anyway, introduction aside, this is the activation of supernatural abilities that border beyond the divine. And that's why I really like to say things like this. There's a whole lot of things that are basic that, in calling out chi manipulation, reality warping, imagination, manifestation, that to the uninitiated or to the idiot is going to sound like crazy, like sci-fi, like fantasy. And when I say idiot, I say that respectfully. I'm not trying to disrespectfully call people idiots. I'm using the logic. If you actually look up in the dictionary of that word, an idiot, someone that's stupid, is someone who's willfully ignorant, someone who, in their hubris, bias, and prejudice, refuses to open their minds up to ideas they may not know because, they think they know shit. Hilarious. I know I was enlightened from the day I accepted I don't know shit about shit, baby. And that's what allowed, me to be guided from forces and energies beyond my ability to perceive. And when you deal with this realm, it is so easy to get deceived because you are at this point believing in that which you're not even able to completely analyze. But with discernment, we know that as above, so below. So this is where through synchronicities, you've been able to engage with metaphysical aspects of yourself, because less than 1% of you is physical. That means 99+% of you that exists is beyond the physical. It's metaphysical. All right, it's your spirit, soul, etheric self, however many bodies you believe you have. And of course, its ability to align with what it is that manifests down here is what now creates the consistency and reliability of the truth of reality. Okay, this is what will protect you from frauds who say that they're mediums or psychics versus the real deal who will share their gifts and it's specific. All right, if you ever have to ask yourself, because there is a phenomenon where a reading may not make sense to you, but then it still plays out specifically. It's okay if in that moment you don't get it, but then it plays out. Versus if you're just kind of lost, like, was that really accurate? Could this apply? It's probably boo-boo. All right, anyway, we are activating abilities. All right, the third house is the open door towards attitude development before the sixth house of behavioral development, because of course everything that you think over and over becomes your habits and your behavior, which now leads to the ninth house of philosophy, back to the 12th house of beliefs, unconscious habits, that now that you've set up your behavior in the sixth, you can establish in the 12th. And all that begins in the third, Gemini, although this third house is Pisces, because this is the final activation. So a transit like this is reminiscent of a sun in Aries, moon in Gemini, a sun in Cancer, moon in Virgo. What's up, Bane? A sun in, you got anything for me? You got anything for me? You got anything for me? Hey, I appreciate you. That's my Libra homie. I don't know what it is about Libras that just like show up at the perfect time. I don't know if it's because they're main character, so now I'm like literally a side character in the camera following him. But like, Libra, you're not slick. Like, Libra, in case you think you're slick, like y'all timing be crazy, like fucking crazy. But it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, I noticed that I noticed you came to pick it up. I didn't know you were gonna come back though. Do you want to say hi to the camera at all? Huh? Do you want to say hi to the camera or not? Okay. Look, he looking fresh. What's the vibes like? Appreciate you. There you go. But yeah, you charge it for me? I got you, man. And then I'll bring you another one because that's not a whole. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah. I appreciate you. I got you. All right. Have a good day. Yeah, you have a blessed week. Word. Yep, that's it right there. So basically, we had the new moon, the Libra sun, Sag moon, and this is the final part of this, okay? This is the Capricorn sun, Pisces moon. And the cool thing about this activation, guys, is that the Pisces moon is going to Cazimi Neptune. This is fucking it, guys. This is fucking it. Oh my god, I can't believe this is it. You're gonna like see crazy shit. It's gonna Cazimi 25 degrees Neptune while making a perfect 60-degree angle to 25 degrees Capricorn sun, which is, you guessed it, 4 degrees away from 29 degrees Pluto. So not only is this an extreme awakening of power, but the 60-degree blossoming effect that will bring us to 90 degrees of the angle to the sun is going to be the final activation. 0 degrees to 30 is power activation, 30 to 60 is manifesting the activation, and 60 to 90 is blossoming it. So it's something to be said that we're going to start blossoming it when the moon and Neptune make its Cazimi. Every 28 days, the moon makes a Cazimi with these outer planets and reinitiates a cycle. And everything about moon and Neptune is understanding the greater depth with which you can imagine relative to the previous cycle. Something that relative to now this sun in Capricorn, where you are directing the fullness of your character, this is putting you in a very powerful position to, relative to the knowledge, the advanced knowledge and cosmic energy to fuel the power generated from this activation during the new moon, is putting you in this position to now blossom these supernatural abilities. This is the divine effect, all right? If you think that every device that you are operating with takes power, generates energy with which it's fueled by to produce what? An effect. Every cardinal sign season resets that modality so we can see the proper order. We activated a power in Capricorn, which was God power. We manifested that knowledge, which I know you experienced this. I've had some crazy synchronicities. I mean, when do we don't these days? But it was very enlightening. It was very knowledgeable. Okay. And now this is the effect. Now that moon is in Pisces, you're going to experience what you just downloaded, the download pack. So I want you to think you just downloaded a new application, and this is the part where the loading is done and you are now opening up the application. Of course, there is the analogy to where the loading screen will be done during the full moon, but relative to this activation loading screen, this is where we can finally, you just downloaded a new app. Now you're going to experience what it's like before, over the next week, we integrate the functionality of this new app so that we can now, of course, input our identity, what's your name, blah, 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 into this app, and then begin to harvest it, Moon and Leo, where we take this app socially and be like, you have that app too? Oh my God, do you want to get my info? You want to get my, and all that shit, okay? So yeah, this is it. I have to say supernatural, because not only is it supernatural, the moon's Cazimi with Saturn in Pisces establishes another 28-day cycle of, say it with me, causality. Say it with me again. Causality. And one more time. Causality. Namely, the causality between your imagination and what the fuck happens. Because that's really the ability everyone is blossoming, instant manifestation. But the responsibility that comes with committing to your intention, because it's gonna fucking happen. It's always been like this since birth, but it's nice to know that you've awakened the ability to like really log and track it and experience it real time, which will now, of course, is the purpose of Saturn in Pisces, add to the integrity and strength of your ability to imagine. Like, let me just be real, like, Libra, you, like, come on, my G, like, you, I could have filmed this at any time. I could have filmed this at any time. And right when I'm filming this is the time where Son of Libra shows up for a cameo, which means I was really the side character in the camera following them, and they stopped by. Y'all too nice. Y'all too, I know you think you slick with Cancer, but y'all nice. I have to give it to my mans right there. That was fire. That was fire. I don't know how y'all do that. I don't know how, like, this is how I met this dude. This is how I met dude. Randomly, just like right place, right time. I don't know how the fuck y'all do it. Anyways, it is cool. And like, you know, this Neptunian connectivity will reveal itself more, blah, 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 blah. But what you need to understand is not only is this the final activation, because if you look at this as isolated, you'll take away from the fact that we did this 3 times already before. And once March comes in, we're going to do it 4 more times again. So yeah, what we also want to talk about is while we are activating this supernatural quality of God power you are awakening. I don't want to say it like that because it sounds so sci-fi. It sounds so sci-fi relative to it actually being real. It makes you think, what are these authority figures making you think the most basic shit as a part of your own human conscious evolution is fantasy and sci-fi? Are it the same people who don't know what their moon sign is and tell you that the signs have shifted even though they don't have any hired astrologers? Yeah, we don't fuck with NASA over here. Anyway, yes. The moon is also going to sextile Jupiter in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus, which is going to aid very naturally into your physical quality to sense physically this metaphysical phenomena. Phenomena is how I'm going to say it for the purpose of the video. So this is literally augmenting the reality of your imagination over this 3D perspective to prepare for the moon in Taurus, where you're going to manifest these newly awakened God powers, and then the sun's going to go into Aquarius, and it's fucking revolution. Please keep in mind, 2020, Mars conjuncted the apocalypse cycle. It retrograded in Aries. That looped around because it takes 2 years to go around because of retrograde. And then 2022, it conjuncted again. We know what happened 2020 to 2022. Well, 2022, it went around again, retrograded in Gemini, and we got Russia and Ukraine and another Palestine conflict. And it's coming back around. Please also notice 2020, Saturn was in Capricorn. 2022, Saturn was in Aquarius. And now 2024, we're going to have the Mars Cazimi with Neptune and Saturn and Pisces. This is it. This is everything that 2020 set up. This is the end of the world, guys. Like, if you've ever needed the signal to go run off to the mountains, by the time Mars comes on Saturn in Pisces, after it goes in Pluto and Aquarius, you're going to see that Mars is the horseman of war in the apocalypse. Okay, like the writing has been on the wall for any of you who've been studying the Mars-Pluto cycles, the Pluto-Saturn cycles. You already know what time it is. All right, and that's why, whereas you will see people run like chickens without a head, you have activated, more than faith in yourself, the bridge of Pisces between Taurus and Capricorn, of you awakening the power in Capricorn and manifesting it in Taurus, is the perspective of belief in the metaphysical principles of fundamental truth and aspects of yourself that enable you as an infinity year to draw from the limitless capability through your own imagination and make shit happen instead of just giving your power away to people who make you believe it's just fantasy or sci-fi. Peace.